One of the most common questions we're getting asked is what is the difference between the Rainbird R-Van and the Hunter MP Rotator? So we figured, time to make a video. So what we've done today is we've come to my house and we've played around with some nozzles, and I'm just going to explain the key differences between the two sprinkler heads and hopefully give you some idea on which one you should choose for your house. So firstly, the way these nozzles are adjusted varies. Now, the MP Rotator requires a tool, and it also requires pretty accurate pressures coming into that sprinkler head for it to adjust correctly, whereas the R-Van requires your hand, so you can adjust it quite simply by turning the top while it's operating or turning the side to adjust the distance that it throws. The R-Van will operate fine at high pressure, and it quite often needs that to get the distance that it's throwing. The MP Rotator would be a sprinkler nozzle that we're designing into systems where there's lower pressures and lower flows because you can get more coverage. So that takes me into the precipitation. The average precip rate on an MP Rotator is around that 10 or 11 mil for the 1000, 2000 and 3000. So what that match precipitation means that if you design that sprinkler system correctly, so head-to-head coverage in a square configuration, you're going to get 11 mil of equivalent rainfall per hour per square meter. So that's important because then it can help you adjust the water to suit your lawn. Now that's for the 1, 2 and 3. With the MP 800 and 810, their match precipitation rates are up around 20 litres a minute. So you can't use those nozzles together. So if you're designing a system, you really want to keep the 1s, the 2s and the 3000s on one line, and then you use the SR 800s or the MP 800s and the MP 815s on another line, and then adjust your run times to suit. So obviously 10 mil an hour versus 21, half your run times. Now, with regards to the match precipitation of the R-Van, you can actually match an R-Van with Rainbird's 5000 series gear drive, which is a, I'll cut it in and show you. It's a gear drive sprinkler, which has been around for a long time. They now have a nozzle that you can put in there called an MPR nozzle, which delivers the same precipitation volume or the same rate as the R-Van. So you can actually use, like on a lawn this big, you could probably put the 5000 MPs along that long edge, which is about 9 meters or 10 meters. And then you could use the smaller nozzles in the more intricate areas, but operate them on the same solenoid valve or have them running the same programming. So the final difference between the two is being able to keep them clean. The MP Rotator is a really fussy nozzle. As soon as it gets dirty, you can pretty much guarantee you're throwing it out. Whereas the R-Van's flushable. So when you've got it on, you lift it up and you pull the top of it. And what happens is it flushes water through that sprinkler and cleans out any debris. So I'll get Michael to actually cut in a video of us doing that now, so you can see the difference, and then we'll go have a bit of a play with different nozzles. If you're concerned about your R-Van being blocked, you can simply flush it by pulling this up. Sorry, is it pulling it up? Yeah. See, whoop, sorry, you're up. I'll cover that. So you pull that up and you see all that water rushing out. That's flushing it. And you let it go. That's flushed your nozzle and wet your videographer. So this is a 45 to 270 degree adjustable nozzle. Now the Rainbird R-Van has a fixed edge on this left hand side, and that's identified by a white line which you'll see on the side of the sprinkler. You won't be able to see it from this angle, but the right hand side is what adjusts. So to simply adjust these by hand, all you need to do is hold that and push down on it and open it out. So you'll see that that's gone out to there now. So now that we're spraying at that angle. Now I can open that right up to there, which is 180, or I can turn it right back down to run down the line of my lawn, which I've got down there. And it's that simple. And this is one of the really good features about the Rainbird R-Van, is that it's so easy to adjust by hand on the angle and the distance. Now, to adjust the distance with an MP Rotator, it's really important to have the correct pressure coming in. These guys aren't as much. This little black ring here, all you do is turn that. Now I'm turning this one anti-clockwise, and you'll see look how low that's going now. So that's spraying, a foot, and then we can push it out a little bit further to, maybe 2 meters, or we can open it right up, which is where it needs to be. And that's all done by hand. So to adjust the angle, all you're doing is pushing down on the top and opening and closing it. And to adjust the distance, you turn this ring anti-clockwise to close and clockwise to open back up. And that is it. So To give you guys an accurate idea of the difference between the Rainbird R-VAN and the Hunter MP Rotator, I'm just going to switch these nozzles out. So this R-VAN is going to come off, and I'm going to put on the Hunter MP 2000 90 to 210. Now that throws around 7 meters, and it's adjustable from 90 degrees to 210. Similar deal, it's fixed on one side and it adjusts out the other way. The difference being it adjusts with a tool. This could get messy. I could turn the valve off to do this, but then the sprinkler will drop down and it won't be as fun for the audience. Oh no, come on. It's gone straight down anyway. All right, so what you see there is a bad idea executed well. Ah, come on. All right, here we go. So the sprinkler nozzle is now attached to the body and it's spraying the correct way. Isn't that beautiful? Just for full disclosure, it's 13 degrees Celsius in Adelaide today. Anyway, so you've got that now working at a 180, so it looks like it comes out of the box as a 180. You'll see the actual spray that's coming out of this is a lot finer than the R-VAN. I almost feel like they move more elegantly. I don't know if that, because it's quieter and it's because it's probably putting out less. So there's two things you can adjust with an MP rotator: the distance that it's throwing and the angle that it's throwing. Now this MP 2000 is a 90 to 210, so the side running down this left-hand side of the arc's fixed. We can only open up the right-hand side. For us to adjust the left-hand side, we either need to reinstall the sprinkler or grab the shaft and turn it, and that'll crack, and that's fine. They're designed to do that. To adjust the right-hand side, we're just going to put this tool on there and close it up or open it up, and you can see the adjustment occurring. And then you just stop it where you're happy. So to adjust the distance that they throw, it's about turning this screw on the top using this tool. It says 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's 4 times clockwise. You can see it's really shortened the distance. It doesn't close off quite like the R-VAN, but it does reduce the flow. You'll also notice that it's given more water to the other sprinklers, so now I'm getting hit. So it does work. If you really want to get an accurate reduction with an MP rotator, the best thing you could do is have a pressure reduction sprinkler body or a pressure regulating body or a pressure reducer on the valve, and you'll find that they'll reduce properly. But I'm pretty impressed with that. That reduced more than I thought it was going to. So I'll take that back to its right angle, open these up, and there you go. So that's a very basic video covering the differences between the Hunter MP Rotator and the Rainbird R-VANs. To be honest, if you chose either one, I think you're going to be in a great position as far as irrigation quality goes. They're both really well-renowned brands. They've got sprinkler data behind them so that your professional irrigation shops can design the system that suits, so head-to-head coverage. And they've got good warranty backup, nozzle development and all that jazz. But as I said earlier, if you've got any questions at all, please feel free to comment in the video below. Or you can email us at sales@waterpro.com.au, clean@waterpro.com.au, call the shop, come in, all that jazz. And yeah, that's it. Stay dry.